In yet another attempt to mitigate a huge health problem, Congressman Dr. Raul Ruiz is introducing a bill called the Salton Sea Public Health and Environmental Protection Act. Dr. Ruiz joins us this morning. Welcome. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, Joe.
So tell me, how is this bill different from the others that have been proposed about the cleanup and the health of the Salton Sea, but nothing's been done?
Well, this is the first federal bill, Joe. This is a bill that will significantly augment funding for the Salton Sea. It will help streamline projects through federal agencies. It will also protect the public's health by authorizing more air monitors so we can detect the harmful dust particles. And it will hold the federal government agencies accountable by ensuring an annual progress report that's transparent and that we can follow up with them. It is a remarkable intergovernment effort. We have great coordination with the state, the different counties, different water districts, and the local Salton Sea Authority and Environmental Justice Group. And so we're all plowing ahead to ensure that we get this landmark bill through Congress.
You've been working on this for over a year. You've talked to many community groups. What do they want to have happen to that area and to the sea?
Look, they want what I want, and I am as impatient as everybody else. You see, we need to break ground on projects. All of us are really sick and tired of study after study after study, and we want to see actual projects being done that will prevent the dust from being exposed. Look, before I was elected, Joe, there was no projects, no funding, and no plan. Now we have a coordinated plan with the federal government and the state. We have projects that have already broken ground. We're going to have a new project from the state, the Fish and Wildlife Conservation Project, and we also have dedicated funding. But it's not enough in my point of view, and we need to expedite these. And that's why this federal bill is going to put this project on booster mode once it's passed, because it's going to significantly provide a matching 50-50 funding with the state. It's going to help streamline these projects and protect the public's health.
What kind of money are we talking about in order to have this really effective?
Well, currently the Salton Sea management plan under the state, which I helped broker the negotiated MOU with the federal government to all buy into this plan, has $300 million dedicated. So initially, the federal government in their matching monies would contribute $300 million in order to augment it to $600 million. Any further funding will also be matched by the federal government. But the point here, Joe, is doing nothing will cost anywhere to the tunes of tens of billions of dollars. So anything we do right now is going to be an incredible cost savings and investment to not only prevent future budgetary concerns, but prevent morbidity and mortality from the public's health, who are going to succumb to breathing in the toxic dust, and our economy that is dependent on tourism and is going to be dependent on the clean air quality that our tourists and our retirees face when they come in to live here or visit our desert.
Isn't it true, though, that if the Salton Sea were closer to Palm Springs or to Indian Wells or to Rancho Mirage, something would be happening much sooner?
Well, unfortunately, that is the perception that exists right now, that because the Salton Sea exists around an area of poverty, of farm workers, of individuals who live in trailer parks like I once did growing up, that it seems not to be somebody else's problem. We know in situations where people want to put a gas station next to a very affluent neighborhood, and the citizens organized and blocked that from happening. Now imagine if the Salton Sea was in the middle of Palm Springs. So let me just reframe this by saying that the Salton Sea is our problem. It's not just our Coachella Valley and Imperial County problem. What I'm trying to do is raise the alarm to let Orange County, LA County, Sacramento, and surrounding Arizona know that this is a regional problem. We're all in this together. You see the dust that is emitted from the Salton Sea, as we've seen from wildfires, and the way the air carries the particles out, could be carried all the way to the Pacific coast, all the way into Arizona, Colorado, and other areas. So this is why we need to continue to raise the alarm, to include Arizona, to include the entire state of California, even Nevada, Colorado, and others, to say that this is a problem that can affect all of us, so that we can get the political will from the political leaders throughout all governments to take action on this right now for all of us.
Realistically, what do you think the chances are of getting this bill passed?
Listen, if I thought about realistic probabilities, I probably wouldn't be here as a son of farm workers. So I'm going to tell you that my life is based on hope. It's based on realistic, pragmatic hope. And I believe in the power of positive thinking. And so I believe that this bill in the next Congress, or while we have a vice president who's a Californian, Kamala Harris, and we have a president who believes in protecting the public's health, that we can get this done.
And so I would imagine that the people who live around the Salton Sea must think that they are forgotten people.
Well, oftentimes they feel the frustration that we all feel, but it's none greater than the frustration that they feel, that all they've heard are about more studies and studies. And I'm sick and tired of just having studies and not seeing any progress. But before I ran from office, we had no plan, no project, no funding. Now we have projects, we have plans, we have dedicated funding. This bill will put boosters on that effort, collaborative effort, to augment it. Because at the end of the day, Joe, what really matters is that we break ground on projects that will prevent the dust from being exposed. That's what matters, because the children's health, their health, all of our health, not only the public health, but our economic health and our ecological health is at stake. And as a doctor, I want to make sure that we prevent the catastrophe and we give our children, our seniors, our economy the chance it needs to really thrive here in our hometown.
Dr. Raul Ruiz, thank you so much. Appreciate the time.